Today, we're blasting off into a topic that's close to my nerdy little heart: sci-fi shows that actually get the science right. You know the feeling. You're watching a space battle and suddenly the hero's spaceship makes a perfect U-turn like it's a sports car, and you're just, nope, that's not how physics works, buddy. Well, not today. Today we're talking about shows that respect your intelligence and give science the love it deserves. So grab your lab coat, hit that like button if you're ready for some mind-bending realism, and let's jump into our countdown. Let's kick things off with a show that's basically the gold standard for hard sci-fi, The Expanse. If you've ever wanted to see Newton's laws of motion get the Hollywood treatment, this is it. The Expanse is set in a future where humanity has colonized a solar system, and it doesn't shy away from the gritty realities of space travel. Ships don't swoosh, they drift, spin, and burn fuel like it's precious, because it is. The show's attention to detail is wild, from the way gravity or lack thereof affects everything, to the political powder keg of Girth, Mars, and the Belt. The cast is stellar, the visuals are jaw-dropping, and the storylines, oh, they'll keep you up at night. If you want a show that treats science like a main character, The Expanse is your ticket to the stars. Next up, For All Mankind. Imagine a world where the space race never ended. For All Mankind takes that what if and runs with it hard. This series is a love letter to NASA nerds and alternate history buffs alike. The tech is spot on, the missions are nail-biting, and the show dives deep into the real-life challenges of living and working in space. It's not just about rockets and moon landings, it's about the people, the politics, and the sacrifices that come with pushing humanity to the edge. If you've ever dreamed of being an astronaut, or just want to see what could have been, this show is a must-watch. And yes, the alternate history twists are chef's kiss without ever feeling too far-fetched.
Something really weird just happened at the train station.
What?
Now let's get a little weird with Orphan Black. Clones, conspiracies, and a tour de force performance by Tatiana Maslany. Seriously, she deserves all the awards. Orphan Black takes the science of cloning and genetic manipulation and spins it into a wild, twisty thriller. But here's the kicker. The show actually consults with real scientists. So while the premise is still a bit sci-fi, the ethical dilemmas, the genetic science, and even the lab tag feel grounded. You'll find yourself Googling CRISPR and gene therapy after every episode. Trust me, I've been there. If you love your sci-fi with a dash of bioethics and a whole lot of heart, Orphan Black is your jam.
What the hell was that?
Those things were not planes.
How the hell would you know what types of planes the Russians have?
Let's jump back in time with Project Blue Book. Aliens, government secrets, and 1950s paranoia, what's not to love? Project Blue Book is based on the real-life UFO investigations by the US Air Force, and it does a fantastic job of grounding its mysteries in the actual science and skepticism of the era. Sure, there's plenty of intrigue and drama, but the show never lets you forget that these were real scientists and military men trying to explain the unexplainable. It's like the X-Files, but with more fedoras and less internet. If you're into historical mysteries with a scientific twist, give this one a shot. You might just start seeing strange lights in the sky. Ready for a hidden gem? Defying Gravity. This short-lived series is one of those why did it get canceled heartbreakers. Set on a multi-year mission through the solar system, Defying Gravity focuses on the psychological and physical toll of long-term space travel. Think isolation, cabin fever, and the sheer weirdness of living at a tin can millions of miles from home. The science is refreshingly realistic. No magic gravity, no instant communication with Earth, just a bunch of flawed humans trying to survive. If you like your sci-fi with a side of existential dread and real-life space challenges, this one's worth hunting down.
It's dangerous and we really have to go now.
Now, let's talk about a show that's basically a Black Mirror for your brain. Oh wait, it is Black Mirror. Every episode is a new, twisted take on technology and its impact on society. While it's definitely speculative, what makes Black Mirror so chilling is how plausible it all feels. AI, virtual reality, social media gone wild. These aren't just sci-fi dreams, they're warnings. The show's genius is in taking current tech trends and pushing them just far enough to make you squirm. And let's be honest, after some episodes, you'll want to throw your phone in the ocean. If you like your science fiction with a side of existential terror and sharp social commentary, Black Mirror is your next obsession. Alright, time for a classic, Battlestar Galactica. Sure, it's got faster-than-light travel and killer robots, but BSG is way more grounded than you'd expect. The space battles are gritty and chaotic, the ships look battered and lived in, and the characters are constantly on the edge. The show doesn't shy away from the psychological toll of war or the moral gray areas of survival. And while there's some sci-fi hand-waving, it generally avoids the magic tech trap. Plus, the cast is phenomenal. Edward James Olmos as Admiral Adama is an absolute legend. If you want a space opera with brains, heart, and just enough realism to keep you hooked, BSG delivers.
It's easy to find something worth dying for.
Speaking of space operas that respect physics, let's talk Babylon 5. Babylon 5 was ahead of its time in so many ways, but especially when it came to space combat. The Star Fury fighter design, legitimately realistic for zero-G dogfights. Ships don't bank like planes, they pivot and thrust just like they should in a vacuum. The show also dives deep into politics, diplomacy, and the messy business of running a space station. It's a slow burn, but the payoff is huge. If you want a show that combines epic storytelling with a genuine respect for science, Babylon 5 is a must-see. Now, let's take a left turn with Nightrider. Yeah, you heard me, Nightrider. It might seem cheesy now, but back in the 80s, the idea of an AI-powered, self-driving car was pure science fiction. Fast forward to today, and we've got Teslas on autopilot, smartwatches, and biometric sensors. KITT basically predicted the future. Watching Nightrider now is like seeing a retro vision of our tech-obsessed present. Plus, who doesn't love a talking car with attitude? If you're into shows that accidentally became prophetic, Nightrider is a fun, nostalgic ride. Last but not least, let's get weird with Fringe. Alternate universes, fringe science, time travel, it's all here, but it's grounded in real scientific theories and principles. The investigations feel like X-Files on steroids, and the show isn't afraid to get really out there. But what I love most is how it treats its wild ideas with respect. Everything is presented as a logical, if not extreme, extension of real science. Plus, the cast is fantastic and the story arcs will keep you guessing. If you like your sci-fi with a side of mad science, Fringe is calling your name. So that's a lot of science and a lot of awesome TV. If you made it this far, you are officially part of the Series Finders Science Squad. Smash that like button if you learned something new, and hit subscribe so you never miss a deep dive into your next favorite show. Got a sci-fi series that nails the science and didn't make my list? Drop it in the comments. I'm always looking for my next binge. Thanks for hanging out, fellow nerds. So, see you in the next one. Bye, guys.